Camera number 321 of 365 is this Kiev 4 totally manual camera, and does have a built-in light meter. It doesn't require batteries, so I do like these, I must say, where they're all self-sufficient and quite competent. Highly regarded, it seems, on the internet. It comes with a Jupiter 6 lens, which has a lot of fungus on it. So whether I can shoot through that fungus, we'll find out. I don't really want to take the front element off if I have to. But if the pictures come out so bad, I may well be reduced to that. But again, it depends on the light conditions. Maybe I could be creative with this fungus. Something I forgot to mention is that it's not a fixed lens. You can put different lenses on it, and the way we do that, there's a little spring-like bit of metal just there. I don't know if you can see where my finger is, and by pressing that in and rotating the clockwise, we can actually take the lens out and then put, I believe it's a Contax mount lens thread, if you like. So yes, we can put our own lenses on. Unfortunately, that's the only lens I have, sadly. So to put it back on, we have to just line up the two red dots and then again rotate, and then that little spring clips out and holds the lens in place. So just an extra little detail I forgot to mention in the original video. So we have a flash synchronization port there. We have our self timer. I don't know that that works, so it does. We have to slide the little arrowed key, little button there rather, sorry. Oh, no. No. There we go, lovely. It seems I didn't advance the film, so I won't do that again. I'll spare you that. Our light meter is housed in the front here, so just press the little button and then the light meter. So the light meter returns a value, or not a value, but the idea basically is it's a match needle. So once having set our film speed, which we do with the inner dial, so I've set it at between 65 and 130 for 100 ISO film, and then we just simply rotate this dial until the needle meets the little bottom horizontal line. That's then viewed as being the correct exposure, and then we've got to just basically read off either a shutter speed or aperture, which we then manually input into our lens, and our shutter speeds. Shutter speeds are around the collar of the film advance, which isn't a wind on, it's a dial. And the suggestion is we can either set the film speed either before or after, but it's recommended you do it after you've wound the film on, and you do that just by simply lifting the outer collar and then rotating. There's a little indication there, little dot, and then we just put that according to the shutter speed. So I think I've got that on 1,000th. That was pretty quick, so that sounds about right. And then if I move it to a tenth of a second, 1/10 of a second, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, our film rewind spool or crank here, which we lift out. We have to press our little button that disengages the film advance. To focus, you don't touch the lens barrel, you actually use this little gnarled thing at the front, and that rotates the lens. So I'm really intrigued to see how that goes. I've not had a camera that does that, so very interested to see. Through looking through the viewfinder, you do get the double image that you try and correspond. So two images, and then you try and correspond them. But equally, you could, depending on what effect you're looking for, if you're looking for trying to perhaps get focus between particular aperture, You might just do that manually, looking not through the camera but actually looking through the barrel and just setting it in point and shoot, perhaps when we're doing street work or something like that. Our film counter advances goes up, so we set it to 0 and it counts up for us. That's pretty much that. To put film in the camera, we need to undo the doors by other locks, and then taking the back, and then we can put our film cartridge in, and then we can see our inside. So let's just wind the film on. Yeah, that seems quite slow. So again, horizontal metal shutter there. The viewfinder is very small, so I'm not quite sure how I'll get on with that as a glasses wearer. We'll see how that turns out. And then just to put the door back in, to lock that in place. There we go. That's it. Tripod mount. So very heavy, very reassuring camera. So that's the Kiev 4, and that has been camera number 321 of 365.